Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I just want to say welcome to Patriotic Britain. Uh, I'd like to also let you know that this is a very first YouTube channel video I'm making. So there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. Maybe you're not going to be happy, but I'm hoping that you will give me a chance, and I will slowly get better at it. I've had this channel for a couple of years now, but I haven't actually got around to making a video. I just couldn't build up the courage to make a video. But I think it's come to a point, it's come to a time, right, that I need to put some things out there that us British people need to be aware of. And we really need to think about what's going on right now in the country and what's going to be happening in the future. Uh, these things that I'm going to be talking about are going to be a lot of things on a variety of topics. It's not going to be just one topic that channel is going to be dedicated to, like say drugs or prison or whatever else, not like other people do. But here we're going to be covering a lot of people, interviews, a lot of things that are going on in this country. Basically, people from foreign countries coming here, taking advantage, and the people of this country, there's two sorts of people here. One that don't really care, and the other ones, right, that they just don't bother with anything. They just want to get on with their lives. But the thing is, this is the future of our country, the future of our children's. So we really, really need to think about it. Anyway, so I'm going to be moving on from here a little bit, and I'm hoping that you will support me, right? Because without your dedication and your support, I'm not going to be able to run this channel. So I just want to let you know from the get go, please. I'd like you to share, subscribe my channel, right, and like it, yeah. And you really, really need to subscribe to and share it, and also comment any suggestions that you have, any topics that you'd like me to cover, and yeah, so we really, really need to get this up and going. And I'm hoping that you people will support me, because there's millions of people here in this country that these uh, subjects, so to speak, are gonna they're gonna affect and are affecting. So if they're affecting us and the future of this country and the people of this country. So I'm really sorry. I'm a little bit. Uh, I'm just a little bit thingy. I'm not comfortable here in front of the camera, so just bear with me a little bit anyway. So the thing is, right, us people, we're not really that passionate about our country. We don't do much for it, right? But considering considering the amount of opportunities this country has given us, right, and everything else, the education and everything, people are risking their lives coming through the France, the channel, right, on the dinghies and all that, yeah, just to get into this country, right? That's what they're doing. They're just trying to get into this country to better their lives. And us being fortunately enough to be born in this country, and we are not taking advantage of it, right? So we need to protect our borders, we need to protect the people of this country, and we need to make people aware of what's going on and how the government is running the country. Because as far as I can see, they these people that are running the country, they are not bothered. They're not bothered about our country. They're not bothered about the people of this country. uh, these people that are running in the government, they're rich people, right? They have got houses, right, that have got like half a mile long drive. They don't have to live next door to somebody, right, who don't have the etiquettes, who doesn't have the morals, who doesn't have the upstanding of living in Britain, right? They've got no love for this country. These people don't have no love for this country, and I'll give you a couple of examples down later on in the video. These people have got no love whatsoever for this country. They just want to come here, use us, abuse us, take advantage of our soft law, right? And take advantage of other situations like the females and other situation, right? And certain things that I can't say, right, on this YouTube, and you're gonna have to just use your own sense and imagination to what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so they come here, take advantage of our law and that, yeah, and they don't really care about this country. God forbid, say if something happens to this country, say if a war kicks off, do you really think that these people are going to stand here and fight for this country? The ones that are trying to come here, the ones that the government is giving the visas to? I really don't think so. And that's the God's honest truth, and they won't, right? They won't. They will just go back, stick two fingers up to us, take advantage of us in that situation, right? And they'll just go back to their own country. The people that say that their lives are in danger, their lives are not in danger. All they're doing is making an excuse, using that just to come into this our country. We've got a little country here, right? Why don't their country, who is responsible for them, to take care of their people? Do you think if some war kicks off in this country, you think Britain our government is just going to leave us and we're going to try and run to the other countries? Do you reckon they're going to give us asylum? Do you think they're going to be looking after us? I really don't think so. Just I'll give you an example. Some people, they go abroad on a holiday and they do something, they get locked up, right? Do you see the way they get treated? Have you seen some of the stories when they come out and they tell us, right? And when somebody from another country gets locked up in this country, how do we treat them? Right? We treat them very well. We give them their rights, but our people don't get that, right? So these are the things, right, that we need to make our children aware of, right? Our forefathers have given their lives and limbs for this country, right? Just to say that our children are going to be free, they're going to be able to do what they want in their own country. But had they known what's going on in this country right now, right, they'd be turning in their graves. Do you really think, right, that they're going to be happy with the situation that the country's in right now? Or what's going to happen in the future, right? What do you think is the future for your children right now? Have you ever thought about that? Right? I'm not asking you to go against the government. I'm not asking anybody to kick off a riot. But what I'm asking is to stand up for what we believe and what is right for our country and our people. Right? So yeah, so that's something that I want to talk to you about. Right? We've made our forefathers have made a lot of sacrifices for our country. I was watching the news a couple of days ago, and some of you might not know this. Right? I'm all for helping people. I don't mind helping anybody financially, morally, anything. You know, I'm there to help people. But what I'm not willing to do is sacrifice my own people, right? And you make them go with that just so that I can give it to the other people. No, that's not gonna happen. I will never do that. But the government is, they're still sending trillions and trillions of pounds, yeah, every year to other countries for charity donations. They're looking at giving Turkey people visas to come here. Do you really think that's fair? We've had Ukrainian people coming here. Do you think that's fair? We've got people who have fought in wars for this country. Yeah, they've lost their limbs. A lot of them have lost their life. Their children are orphans. Their wives are widows. Yeah, and what they're doing, they're going to the food banks, standing there, right, just so that they can get a scrap of food at the food bank, right? These people, some of the guys, yeah, that I've been talking to, they're homeless, right? And they've saved our country, right? They're sleeping rough on the streets. They have nowhere to sleep. They don't have a house. Why? Why haven't they got a house? Do you know why? Because this government has prioritized people who have come from abroad, right, to give them housings, give them jobs, right? And furthermore, if the breadwinner of that family has come into this country, right, and he's got no job, he's claiming, but obviously he's working as well and getting cash in hand. He doesn't want to let the government know, right? So what they're doing is the government is paying him to look after giving him enough benefits to send money back home from wherever he's come from, Romania, Poland, or whatever the country he's come from. So the government's giving him enough money. So if he's got 5 or 10 children or whatever, right, the government's giving them enough money so they can be fed over there. Is that our responsibility? Is that the responsibility of our taxpayers? I don't think so. I don't think what's going on is fair, guys. Honestly, man, I really need to think, yeah, that you guys need to support me, right, and support my cause. I'm not sure how many of you know this, yeah, but if you can get 100,000 signatures on a petition, right, and you submit it to the government, right, by law they have to debate on that, right, in the House of Parliament, and then if it goes through there, it gets to the House of Lords and whatever else now, and they have to do something about it. Us British people, we're just too gullible. We accept everything that somebody tells us, right? Our hearts are far too clean, and it's good. That's a good trait to have. But at the same time, we don't want to let people take advantage of us, right? We're not going to let other people take advantage of us, right? Just because that we're good artists and nice people, right? The government, right? A few weeks back, had said that if anyone's got any spare rooms, they'll give them money, right, to uh, home a foreigner, like somebody who's come here under asylum scheme. Why don't they ever make that effort and trying to home somebody who's homeless, or trying to help somebody who's on drugs, or somebody who's fought wars for this country, who served this country in the right way, right? Why don't they? I'll give you another example. Gary Lineker last year, he said, excuse me, I'm having a fact, by the way. Last year he said, right, that he's willing, right, to has up, yeah, any asylum seekers or them that kind of status in the asylum, yeah, in my own house. Why doesn't he ever take the opportunity and help somebody who's homeless down the road from his house when he's driving in his little Porsche or whatever? Yeah, I'm sure he's coming across hundreds of people who are homeless and begging. Why doesn't he ever take the effort, yeah, and say to me, oh, why don't you come round to my house and I'll give you a hot dinner and a roof for the night, right? He won't do that, right? But he's good enough, right, to give foreigners who've done nothing for this country, right, to house them, right? I don't feel that's right, right? So I'm hoping, right, that, you know what I mean, you guys will support my cause. Furthermore, and things I'm telling you right now are 100% facts, right? These stories, right, and the things I'm telling you are right from, you know what I mean, right from me. They're coming from me. These ain't stories that I've heard of other people or what else. Now these are things that I've witnessed and I've seen. Uh, I was in locked up at one place one time, yeah, and there's a Romanian geezer there, and some people that have been locked up, they'll probably know this, yeah. They let you out, yeah, 1 hour for an exercise yard, yeah, so you can get some bit of fresh air and whatnot. They've let us out, and something happened. There's an officer there, right? Something happens, and this Romanian geezer is me and my mate, and this Romanian geezer is there, right? And saying something's happened. I can't remember exactly what the situation was. And you know what? He's turned around and he's gone and said right to the officer's face, looked him straight in the eyes, and said, "Fuck England, England's shit," and he stuck 2 fingers up, right? And the officer could not do anything, obviously, because he's under certain rules and regulations he's got to follow. So them are the kind of things I've seen, and they really break your heart. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? Because how can you expect somebody else who's coming to this country, the country that's feeding him, looking after him, right? And then you want to stick 2 fingers up them, right? How is that any right? These people have got no love for our country, right? We gotta make it clear to everybody, right? You know what I mean? That we don't need these people in our country. We don't want them, right? And we need to let the government know in the right way, within the law, right? Like I said, us British people are far too gullible. I'll give you another story. France, a couple of weeks ago, about a month or two back, France, they raised the pension age, right? And they all come out in a protest, yeah, against it, against the law that they were making, yeah. In this country, yeah, they putting the age up year or 2 years, yeah. Every year they like changing, taking it up and up, right? Who's gonna live till 70, 68, 70, 75? What's the chance of you living there and you've been paying tax all your life, right? And furthermore, what they're taking off you, they're giving it somebody else. They're giving it to the people, right, who've done nothing for us or this country. Yeah. So these kind of things really gives me sleepless nights, and I feel that the British people, we need to know, we need to wake up. Do you know what I mean? There's drugs that are being imported in this country that are killing hundreds of people. I think 90% of the problems in this country are because of drugs. The jails are full of people who are smoking drugs, right? And we are doing nothing about it. Do you know what I'm saying? We are doing nothing, absolutely nothing about it, and we really need to do something, right? And get this thing sorted out, right? The government, and there's people coming into this government, right? There's people, right, who are not supporting the government, right? But instead they want to go there and start a protest. We need to start protesting to say yes, we don't want them people here. Look at Ireland. Have you guys been keeping up with the news in Ireland? Yeah, look at Ireland, right? Ireland are speaking up against it. Our government, right, have got the money to put these people in hotels and B&Bs and whatnot and paying for it, yeah, who have come into our country illegally, who most of them are criminals, pedophiles, rapists, drug dealers and users, and we accept them, but we are not willing to help our own. That's not right. That's not right. So, yeah, we need to really speak up about all that. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna sacrifices that have been made by our forefathers in this country, we're not going to let them go in vain, period. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, so, yeah. So, these are the things, right, that I really want to talk to you about, and we need to make ourselves dedicated to do something about it. It's not going to be done by sitting at home watching YouTube. Yeah, these things are going to be done, right, by going out there and doing it, right? There's loads of things that are going to be I'm going to be pointing out. There's going to be petitions I'm going to be putting out here. There's going to be interviews that I'm going to be doing on this channel uh, by some of the heroes of this country. That's another thing, right? The teachers and the government are willing to teach us teachers, yeah, about other histories from around the world, right? I don't have a problem with that, right? The black history, this history, that history, but they're not willing to teach our kids the history of our country, what's been going on, the heroes of our country. They've been forgotten. How many of you can name 3 people that have done something for this country that we could remember today? Ask your children that. You can't, can you? Because that's not going to happen, right? Tommy Robinson, yeah, is somebody that uh, I don't agree with, right? But there's certain things that he says that I do agree with, and I can't knock him for that, right? I fully agree with certain things that he's saying, and I do support him in certain things. But for him to attack just one particular community is not right. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that kind of thing, yeah. But yeah, so we need to really get this thing going. I'm hoping that you'll support me. I'm really sorry that the YouTube is not the way that you expect it to be. The videos, because I'm not very technical with these computers things, right? So I will learn slowly but surely. I will get it up to a good standard, and I'm hoping that you guys will support me and share my videos, guys. Right? I really need to share these videos, and we need to stop complaining about things and get up and do something about it. Because if we don't, if we don't do nothing about it, you know who's going to pay for it, innit? We're going to pay for it. Our children are going to pay for it, and their children are going to be paying for it. And maybe for the rest of our generations, we're going to be paying for it until somebody gets up and does something about it, right? Um, I'm just going to show you a picture here. Is he here or somewhere else? Just give me a second. No, it's not here. It's some geezers, YouTube Ethan something, right? And we made a video about this foreigner who's here for asylum seeker, yeah. And what he's done is he's gone and kicked off, and he's saying that why don't you give me cash money instead of giving me food vouchers, right? Who is he? Who the hell are you coming into our country? You're lucky you're getting fed, right? And you're making demands, right? Most of these foreigners that come here, the criminal ones, right? I'm not just against foreigners. I need you to make that. I need to make that clear to you guys. I'm against the people who take advantage of our country, regardless of anybody's religion, anybody's color, anybody's orientation, anything. I'm not against that, but I am fully against anybody who's going to be taking advantage of our country, our people, and we need to make sure that they don't. Right? That's the God's honest truth. I'm not looking to gain anything from this except to better our country and our laws and make it better for our people. I'm not personally in here to gain anything, so just bear that in mind. Yeah. So I was watching another video, and it was a white guy, I think it was, right? Yeah, I'm sure he was a white guy, right? And he's calling himself a, a white Crip or Blood or something in this country. White Crip or Blood, right? The American gangs, right? Right. Now that kind of thing is starting, yeah. So if you got white Crip or Blood, you're gonna have an opposition to it, yeah. Whether it's gangster disciples or Blood and Crips don't get on. So if you got a Blood gang in this country, you're gonna have a Crip gang. Yeah. Do we really need that in our country? We don't. We don't need that. We don't need bloodshed. We have a civilized country. We have a great country. We have great laws, right? We have human rights, right? Everything that other people don't have in their country. Hence why they're trying to do everything to come into our country and take advantage, right? It's not gonna happen. I'm not looking to have that for that to happen. Um, there's other things I want to talk to you about. Yeah, is I'm just looking at my notes here. Uh, yeah, this channel is dedicated to the absolute truth. There's nothing other than the truth. Yeah, and if I've given out the wrong information, it's gonna be, you know, what I mean, it's gonna be a genuine mistake. It's not gonna be done on purpose or anything, right? Um, yeah. Another thing I wanted to mention was the pensioners of this country, right? Guys, if you got a pensioner living next door to you, or you have a pensioner in the family, or your grandparents or something, please, right? Take a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes out of your day, go there, knock the door, make sure they're all right. Do you know what I'm saying? Because them are the people, right? Is why we're here today, and why we have a great country because of their sacrifices. Please, do you know what I'm saying? Make that effort, make sure they're all right, and you know, I'm just look out for them, like kind of thing. And yeah, that's the kind of things I want to talk to you about. Again, I really apologize for the YouTube. It's probably not gonna be the best what you've seen, but I'm gonna make it better for everybody, and I'm gonna do my best. Another thing, guys, I want to say something. There's a chap, right, that who's been somewhat helping me, right, to get this YouTube up and going. His name's Ricky Keelan. He's a great guy. I've been kind of messaging him back and forth, kind of thing. Excellent geezer. Yeah, he's got a channel, Behind Bars. Yeah, guys, go and show him some love. Yeah, subscribe to his channel. Yeah, he's a wicked person. Helps the community. He's got same sort of, you know what I mean, excellent what you call it, vision. He's got an excellent vision for this country and for this community. If we all do have a little bit, right, and we look after our own, right, honestly, this country is just gonna be perfect. If we just do our own little bit, right? If we all look after each other, there's not gonna be no problems in this country, right? But instead, right, there's those people that are welcoming other people into this country but not prioritizing their own. And then there's those people, right, that who just don't care. And the reason why they don't care is because their brains, right, have been fried by drugs. And who's bringing these drugs in? We all know who's bringing them in, right? If the government really wants to, right, they can stop all this drugs thing if they want to, right? But they just don't bother, right? They just don't bother because there's not enough pressure, right? Lately they've been doing some decent job of the encrochat and whatnot, because they've been catching some big shipments. Imagine if the encrochat wasn't there, and how many of the big shipments are coming through right now that we don't know of. We all know about the ones that get caught, right? So you can just imagine that. Yeah, guys, again, I'm gonna be locking off right now. Please support my channel, subscribe, share, comment, right? And if you got any great advice for me, yeah, anything that you wanna in particularly let me want me to cover, yeah, let me know, guys, yeah, and I'll try and get that materialized. So I'm hoping that you guys will stick around with me, and hopefully we'll keep this going and get something done about this, you know, country and that. God bless. Bye.